Hello, it's Gary to you, and welcome to the bonus video for Kirby 64. In the previous episode, we saved the universe from certain destruction. You know, typical Kirby stuff. And in today's video, we'll be demonstrating everything else there's seen do in this game that we care about. There's going to be a couple things that we'll be glossing over because I just think there's other things that it's more interesting to talk about. But we will be demonstrating some of the side modes, as well as talking a little bit about the game's development history. So without further ado, let's get this started with sound check. Wrong button. Sound check. So here we'll be able to listen to all the songs throughout the game and stuff like that. We can also listen to all the individual sound effects as well, and that's pretty interesting too. But there's going to be a couple things that are particularly noteworthy. I'm not going to be demonstrating every single thing in here, but I'd like you to take a listen to this one song in the sound check. If that sounds familiar to longtime Kirby fans, that is because this is an unused version of the Animal France theme from Kirby's Dream Land 3. Something pretty interesting about this game was that this was not developed by Masahiro Sakurai. He barely had anything to do with the development of this game in the first place. Instead, it was developed by a guy whose name I can't remember off the top of my head, so I'm going to have a caption on screen. This game is kind of considered the end to something the fans call the Dark Matter trilogy, which I would go into detail about, but it does spoil the story for Kirby's Dream Land 2 and 3. So what I'd recommend is check out the Kirby's Dream Land 3 co-op on the collab channel game, if you want some more context on that. But basically, there's some recurring characters and elements throughout the games, and Kirby 64 was the last one within that trilogy, directed by the same developer at HAL Laboratory. Now, the Animal Buddies are going to play a theme throughout this video, but we'll be going back to that in a moment, because there's something else interesting about the sound effects that I'd really like to demonstrate real quick. That sound effect is a sped up version of somebody reading a famous Japanese poem about the end of the world. The sound effect itself was originally supposed to play on the TVs in Shiverstar, which, if you know the backstory of that world, yeah, it's definitely very fitting. But now let's move on to the minigames. We have 100-yard hop, bumper grab bump, and checkerboard chase. Let's start off with the 100-yard hop. It's a race to the finish. To win, give it your best hop. Alright, so we can press the A button to hop 2 spaces, B button to hop 1. Let's take care of this. Who do we want to play as? We got Kirby, King Dedede, Adeline, Waddle. Let's play with Waddle Dee. And we'll go easy mode. Easy! Too easy. I got the things mixed up. Okay. Yeah, I'm not good at this game. I never play the mini games in Kirby games ever. I usually just play through the single player campaign. I usually just play through that and then just call it a day. And it's like, I do like Kirby games, no, I just never go out of my way to play the mini games. I've never done a true arena or anything like that in any of the games. You can trip on the frogs. I didn't know that. So, yeah. We're gonna try our best, but we're probably going to fail. So this is gonna be a fun time all around. What were we supposed to do there? There were 2 hazards in the way. We still won. Well, it wasn't too bad. It was easy mode on a Kirby game, so I don't think we really have the right to brag about that. I want to frame by frame that. I want to see how close that was. Also, how have they not done a Kirby party game? Like a Mario Party, but with Kirby characters? That'd be so cute. Let's see if we can do one more on normal mode. I'm not going to go for hard mode or anything like that, but I do want to try one more time because I think that last game was a little too easy for us. I mean, not to brag or anything, but I am the greatest Kirby player in the history of anything ever. I don't need to play the true arenas or anything like that. I'm just way too good. I would beat it instantaneously, and that would be boring to watch. Cough, 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 cough. Let's continue onwards. So let's continue this way. This one isn't so bad so far. I think it was just more so... Like, I haven't played this game before. Like, this isn't... I'm gonna confess something. This is actually, like, the third attempt trying to do the bonus video for this, because I just wasn't really happy with how the original attempts were going. So, I have played through these minigames before, but it has been a little while. So, yeah. Hopefully it'll be a fun time. Reading the name of this minigame with the resolution of the N64, that does not look like crap. I'm sorry, it looks like a different word, but bumper crap bump is gonna be the next minigame. A button to bump, and D-pad to move. Out of my way, you fool! Mine! Mine, 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 mine! Mine! I like this one. This one's cute. I don't think I've played this one before, so... Did I play this one before? I don't remember if I did. I don't remember this one at all, but I also don't remember, like, half the Mario Party minigames, so... Like, yeah. That's a great sign for my memory. Oh no! I bumped you into the fruit! I bumped you into the fruit! I wanted the fruit for my own yummy gluttony. Yeah, that's gonna be mine. Mine, mine. How long does this minigame go? That's gonna be mine. Now you bumped it away from me. I called dibs. I elected first. So something worth mentioning about this is that this game is available on Nintendo Switch Online, so if you want to have a fun time, definitely make an effort to gather friends to play some of these minigames, because, man, Nintendo 64 Online, like NES Online in general, is just pretty fun playing retro games online and things like that, so, yeah. I really hope they eventually release like Smash Bros. 64 on there, because being able to play the original game with online would be awesome. They're probably not going to, though, but hopefully that can happen. A gator can dream. A gator can dream about eggnogs and waifus. Oh, no! Yeah, we still did it. That one was pretty fun, too. And moving on to the last one, we have Checkerboard Chase. Chase down your opponents. Get to the drop on them to win. Drop blocks and D-pad. Oh, this seems rather fascinating indeed. This one seems a little too easy. Ah, I fell! I fell! Oh no, how can this happen to me? This one's pretty interesting. I like this one. Ah! I don't like this one anymore. Hello. This one's fun. I like this one. Does this get like a reappearance in another Kirby game in the future? Because I'd love to see this concept used again. I walked right into that. Okay. I'm gonna let them all do a murder on each other and gonna run away. The board is getting smaller! The board was getting smaller! I liked that one. That one was actually really, really cool. I wanna play that one again. Man, I really miss having the rewind feature. Like, they don't even have rewind on N64 Online. It's really weird because they'll have things on N64, like Nintendo Switch Online, on some consoles, but not all of them. So, everything except N64 Online has a rewind feature, which is pretty useful for, like, super difficult games or ones that, like, rely a bit too much on RNG, like Pokemon Trading Card and things like that. So, that can be fun and all, but I don't know why it's not on Nintendo 64 Online, but the big thing that really annoys me, why isn't multiplayer on Game Boy Online? Like, every game can be played multiplayer on every other system. Even if it's a single-player game like Link to the Past Cup. That's how we were able to do the collab on the collab channel. Like, we were able to swap the controls and things like that. You'd think Game Boy would be the easiest one to do that with, because if you're playing on an actual Game Boy, all you have to do is just pass the console. That's literally all you'd have to do. It'd be the easiest thing in the world, but no, for some stupid-ass reason, the Game Boy Online is the only one that doesn't support that, and it's really, really stupid. Because, like, I was really looking forward to being able to play Link's Awakening with multiplayer, but no. It's the one that doesn't allow it for some stupid reason. Yay, we did it! Yay, woohoo, yay! We did. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And now let's check out the enemy info. I did not go out of my way to get all these cards because I only got 2 of them the entire playthrough. I did not care about this in the slightest, but there are some enemy cards here that are kind of cool, I guess. This one's name is Sawyer. It's actually very clever. I like that. That's, and it even shows the copy build you'd get from that. That's pretty nice. There's also the theater here if you'd like to check that out too. So if you ever want to rewatch one of your favorite cutscenes or anything like that, you can do that too. That's where we watch Desserts, because this is my favorite cutscene in the entire game. And I even love that they have like a little backdrop to make it look like you're watching in a movie theater. I love it when games do that. It reminds me of the Toy Story 2 game, how the movie viewer in that game, like the HUD for it looks like you're looking through the lens of Lenny and things like that. I always love it when games do that. And I just love this shot right here. This is why that had to be the thumbnail for that video. Kirby just looks so cute when he's eating things. I love Kirby so much. I love that last part. Kirby would just be content to just eat the cake all day. Kirby, you're awesome. We already demonstrated the sound check. Let's go into boss battles. Take on the bosses one by one. Go at them unarmed and show them who's boss. Oh, this is a true arena. I didn't know this game had one. Alright, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. I don't think we're going to actually attempt to finish this, but we're going to try. We're going to at least try. I don't think we're going to get any copy abilities at all during this, but you know what? We're going to give this an honest attempt. If we don't succeed, that's fine. I don't actually care that much. We did demonstrate all these bosses anyway during the main course of the Let's Play, but I do want to give this an honest attempt because I've never finished one of these before. So we finished the first wave of the fight, so now Wispy Woods is going to want to do a murder on us. And that's usually frowned upon in most societies. So, you know what, man? You gotta cool it. Oh no! We took a damage! We took a damage! Oh my goodness! How is this not a meme? This is amazing! This is pure art! This is such a depressing game over screen in a Kirby game! Oh my goodness, that's actually really funny. This is the big thing I never liked about this fight. I never really liked how long it takes for you to be able to actually do anything against this guy. I've never been a big fan of this fight. Like, the design of it is cool. I like the design of it. But, yeah, the beginning of it just goes on forever. Which is why I'm really happy that we have booster points. So, yay! Also, I'm very happy that I found my Pro Controller. I'm just gonna say that right now, because one big reason why I was kind of hesitant to do the bonus video for a while was because I wanted to see if I could replay through the game on Switch to play on that version. Because I was having problems with my gamepad where the controller battery just would not hold a charge for anything. So, yeah. But eventually I found my Wii U Pro Controller and I could just play the game with this instead. So, yay, I can do things! Word advice that you definitely want to try to remember: match up the colors with the things you're attacking, because it'll do more damage that way, so definitely try to keep that in mind if you can. Wait, what?! Oh, I forgot that! Oh! I always forget that part! I always forget! It makes it look like you're supposed to go down there! I always forget about that! Dang it! Also, I totally just reached for a capture button that wasn't on this controller, guys. I wanted to get a screenshot of the game over screen. So as we go across this boss rush, let's talk about the development history of this game. Now, I don't intend to go through the entire history of the game because we do have the gaming gallery for those videos, and we do have plans to make a Kirby 64 video at some point. So I don't want to go into too much detail in this video, but let's talk a little bit about the development history of Kirby 64. So, believe it or not, this was actually not originally going to be the first 3D Kirby game in the world. That was originally going to be a sequel to Kirby's Dream Course called Kirby Bowl 64. It wasn't going to be anything super spectacular or anything like that, just a simple successor to Kirby's Dream Course running on Nintendo 64 and things like that. It was going to be interesting. Eventually, the development history for that game kind of spiraled off into a completely different game, where it turned into a bit more of a racing game, which turned into Kirby's Air Ride. And then the Nintendo 64 version of that game got cancelled because development history was going on for too long, so it eventually became Kirby's Air Ride on GameCube instead. And I believe that was the last major Kirby game Masaru Sakurai had direct involvement with, so that's pretty interesting too. But technology from the game was eventually reutilized for other games, such as Kirby 64. And speaking of which, this game was originally supposed to be in development for the Nintendo 64 disk drive. Now, we don't know a whole lot about the differences between the disk drive version and the cartridge version, aside from maybe it was supposed to run a little bit better and maybe had a few other worlds and things like that. We do know that the game originally was supposed to feature more playable characters, though. So this may have been a concept that was scrapped after it became a cartridge release instead. The Animal Buddies themselves also have an interesting history with this game just in general, because, like I said, they were originally supposed to be a part of Adeline's moveset for her game, because we could see concept art of Adeline drawing some of the Animal Buddies into existence. Unfortunately, the Animal Buddies don't make that much of an appearance in this game in the final version, aside of a cameo from the Stone ability, so it is a little unfortunate that they don't make much more of an appearance than that. But at least they do have like a fun little cameo, and that super cute Animal Friends song does appear in the sound test as we demonstrated earlier in the video. Alright. We're on the final boss now. We might actually be able to pull this off. Now, a couple things I'd like to mention that I don't think we talked about before in the final boss, or the finale, or Let's Play, or anything like that, is that you can actually press the L and R buttons to turn the camera like this. I don't know if that really helps that much, but it looks cool. So, yeah, that's pretty nice. The other thing was that I didn't really want to complain about this in the moment, because I do like the final boss for this game, but I will say, I do think it's a little annoying how you don't really have a good indication on whether you hit your target or not. So you're supposed to be hitting the eyeball, and it's kind of obnoxious waiting around and just continuously firing, not knowing if you're actually hitting the thing, because you don't know if the crystal shard hit the enemy projectile or anything like that. It's kind of annoying to deal with, but eventually we'll be able to know if we did it. Okay. Oh, come on! You look like you were doing the thing to go into your... Okay. 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 Hit the halo. Hit the halo. Hit the halo. I want halo range. Alright. Moving on to this phase, avoid the toxic green poisonous gas. And continuously hit the tentacle. Come on. Come on, chameleon. Come on. Okay. Focus. Concentrate. I think I mentioned this already in the finale, but you can also aim for the wings, and if you destroy them, that'll slow down the enemy attack. So that could be pretty useful too if you want to go for that. I don't ever go for that though, because I just think it's a bit of a waste of time. Alright. So I think we're doing well. I hope we're doing well. We can do this. Okay! Alright, we have one thing of HP left, but you know what? You know what? We got this. We so got it. Come on. Avoid the poisonous goop. Avoid the poisonous goop. Come on. Yes! 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 Woo! Yeah! Oh, we did it! I've never beaten a true arena in a Kirby game before until today! We did it! Yeah! Woo! Oh, I wish there was a capture button on this console so bad so I could get a screenshot of this. Oh, well, there used to be, but then they disabled that feature and it annoys me. But we did it! We did it! That is a wonderful note to end off this Let's Play. And that was 8 Gear to Use Let's Play of Kirby 64 The Crystal Shards. What I said before during the finale is still true here. This is my favorite Kirby game of all time, and I'm really happy they were finally able to demonstrate this one. I would love to do more Kirby games in the future. I don't know which one I want to do next. I have some ideas, but I loved making this Let's Play. There were a few things that I think could have gone a little smoother, like probably wanted to use the Pro Controller sooner because my gamepad was having problems, and there were a few levels here and there that were a bit more difficult than I remember them being. And of course, the whole thing of forgetting that one crystal shard throughout most of the game and then not realizing it until close to the end. But aside from things like that, I had a really fun time with this Let's Play. And hopefully this is a good start to the trend of catching up on the bonus episode backlog. That's everything I have to say about Kirby 64 The Crystal Shards. Thank you all so much for watching this Let's Play, and until next time, Lady Gator to you. Oh yeah.